Hey guys, Redneck Mini 14 here, and in the last video I did, I talked about how I was having some problems with my Mossberg MVP, and how every round that I shot, the bolt would stick, and it would be really hard to eject the round. So since I made that video, I did a couple things, and yes, the scope is, it slid forward when all the screws and everything loosened themselves up, and it slid forward, and I Loctited it just in the position that it was in. So, after I fix the bolt issue, I'll go back and reposition the scope and fix all that. But the main thing that I'm really focused on is how do I get the bolt to stop sticking. And when I first tried it, I used this ZQI ammunition, and it seems like it's pretty good ammunition. I've had great results with it in my Mini 14 with the 5.56 NATO ammunition. So I've had pretty good results, and I've not really heard of any issues with the 7.62 ammunition before, even in bolt actions. So I don't know, it could be the gun. But also in that last video I said how I was going to clean out the chamber, make sure there's no factory grease in there, and I did. I put quite a few patches through it, and I lubed up the bolt and cleaned the barrel. It really wasn't that dirty, but still I cleaned it out. I'll probably put a few more patches through it before the next time I go testing it out. But so now I have 3 different brands of ammunition. I still have the ZQI. I have a whole bunch of this stuff. And so since I cleaned it out and lubed it up, I'm going to try this again, see if it's still giving me problems. And this is 147 grain 7.62 by 51 ammunition, NATO spec stuff. And I have a couple other types here. I've got this Perfecta right here. This is again 147 grain full metal jacket, 308 Winchester. I watched a video with the velocity tests of both the Perfecta and the ZQI, and the Perfecta is a little bit lighter, like 200 feet per second slower than the ZQI. So I'll try this and see if this will work, in case the ZQI ammunition is a little bit too hot, and the ZQI is on the left and the Perfecta is on the right. Now the Perfecta, I have noticed, it seems like it's not, it's not as clean as the ZQI. It's like not as much time and attention was put into making the Perfecta look nice and clean. Does that really matter? No, not really, but it just, you open up the box and it seems a lot darker than the ZQI. So that's just something I noticed. And then of course I have this Winchester 308 150 grain soft point, or power point as Winchester likes to call it. And as you can see here, it seems that more time and attention was put into cleaning the Winchester than the Perfecta. It is quite a bit more expensive. This was $18 and this was $14 or $15, but this was only $10. So the mid-range in terms of price ammunition is the ammunition that looks the dirtiest. Not that it's extremely dirty, but still. And again, this is a 150 grain soft point. It's a hunting load, and it's based off of the numbers on the back of the box. It's probably about the same velocity. It might be between the ZQI and the Perfecta, but you know, I compared this to a box of Federal when I was in the store, and it's, you know, the Federal and the Winchester were basically the same velocities. It's just the Winchester was on rollback, so it was like $2 cheaper than the Federal. I might get a box of Federal as well. It just depends on when I go to the range and, you know, how much money I'm willing to spend before the next trip to the range. So, and I shoot Federal in my 30-30, and that's my preferred hunting load. So I might, when I go to choose a hunting load for the MVP, I'll either go for the Winchester or the Federal. My Walmart doesn't have any Remington right now, so right now it looks like it's either going to be Winchester or Federal. But just a comparison of the 3 rounds here. Let's do it like this. So you got the ZQI on the left, the Winchester in the middle, and the Perfecta on the right. The Winchester, the bullet is seated a little bit deeper, so it looks shorter than the other two, but it's a little bit bigger bullet weight. And again, the ZQI and the Winchester are both shinier and cleaner than the Perfecta. Not that that really matters, but I'm gonna, next time I go out to the range, I'm gonna put a couple of these rounds, of each of these rounds, through the MVP, see if any of them jam up the bolt, or if they all run just fine with a clean chamber, and we'll go from there. And like I said with the last video, the worst, you know, case scenario is I'll have to send it off to Mossberg, which is not that big of a deal. The only thing I'm concerned about is you know, having it sent off and it not coming back before I have to go off to college. So you know, like it won't be back before I leave, and then once I'm gone, I won't be able to pick it up for a while. So I really don't want to have to deal with that, but we'll just have to see. So anyway, these are the 2 types of ammunition that I'm going to try and see if they work. So, subscribe to my channel, like me on Facebook. I'm Redneck Mini 14, and until next time, be safe.